2026 is shaping up to be one of the wildest years we've had in superhero movies. And some of these titles? Yeah, they're already breaking the internet with rumors, leaks, and pure hype. From massive franchise comebacks to dark villain origin stories no one expected, today we're counting down the top 5 best upcoming superhero movies of 2026, the ones you should absolutely keep on your radar. We're talking about what we know, what fans are saying online, and why each movie deserves a spot on this list. All while keeping it honest, because these are upcoming releases, and we're not pretending to know every detail. So grab your watch list, settle in, and let's jump straight into number 5, because 2026 isn't just packed, it's supercharged. Kicking off our list at number 5 is Clayface, dropping September 11th, 2026 in the US, and like most major releases, you can expect those Thursday night previews rolling out across the time zones. And honestly, this is one of the most intriguing superhero projects on the calendar, because it's not another caped hero saving the day. It's a villain origin story, inside Matt Reeves' gritty Batman universe. Now, here's the thing. Warner Brothers hasn't revealed the full plot yet, so we're not pretending we know every twist or transformation. But what is confirmed is that this movie focuses on Clayface, one of Gotham's most tragic, shape-shifting characters, depending on how far Reeves pushes the supernatural angle. And that's exactly where the hype lives. Online, fans have been calling this movie everything from Reeves' next psychological masterpiece to Joker meets body horror. People are expecting something darker, more emotional, and way more personal than a typical comic book origin story. One of the big reasons? Clayface isn't just a villain, he's a story about loss, identity, and obsession. Even if Reeves keeps the powers grounded, the character is rich enough to explore as a full-blown tragedy. And if he does lean into the more monstrous versions from the comics, yeah, we might be getting one of the creepiest transformations the DC Universe has ever put on screen. What gets me excited is that Reeves' Gotham has always felt dirty, broken, and painfully real. Bringing Clayface into that world opens the door for something that blends psychological tension with emotional horror, without ever pretending it's a traditional superhero movie. This isn't about saving the city. It's about watching what happens when someone loses themselves, literally. So yeah, September 11th is a date worth circling. If Reeves sticks the landing, Clayface could become one of the most memorable villain stories DC has ever made. Sliding into number 4 is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, landing in theaters on June 26, 2026, with the usual nationwide rollout, meaning those Thursday night previews are going to be packed with DC fans ready to see what James Gunn's brand new DC universe actually feels like on the big screen. And honestly, this movie is carrying a lot more weight than people realize. It's not just another superhero origin story, it's the first official movie of the new DCU. So yeah, no pressure, right? Here's what we do know. The film is inspired by Tom King's critically acclaimed comic run, which gave us a very different version of Kara Zor-El. She's tougher. She's been through more. She's seen things Clark never had to survive. The studio hasn't revealed the full plot, so we're not pretending we know every beat, but the tone? That's already clear. This is not the typical sunshine and hope Supergirl most people picture. This is a cosmic, emotional, sometimes brutal journey, and fans online are extremely excited about that shift. A lot of discussions on forums say things like, finally, a Supergirl story with real depth. This might be DC's chance to do something totally unique. If they follow the comic, this could be one of the best DC movies ever. And honestly, I get the hype. What excites me personally is that Kara's story gives DC an opportunity to explore the darker, harsher side of surviving Krypton's destruction, something Superman never experienced in the same way. She didn't just lose her world, she remembers it. She carries the trauma. And watching that shape her into a hero could hit way harder than people expect. Plus, with James Gunn steering the entire universe, this movie isn't just a standalone adventure, it's the tone setter. The blueprint. The "this is what the new DC feels like" moment. So yeah, June 26th is a big deal. If Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow delivers even half the emotional punch of the comic, we're looking at one of the most important superhero films of 2026.
We ready?
Coming in at number 3 is Spider-Man 4, Brand New Day, expected to swing into theaters in July 2026, and while Marvel hasn't officially stamped the exact date yet, the industry chatter points to the usual midsummer blockbuster slot with those Thursday night previews fans love. Now, here's the big thing to remember. Marvel has been very secretive with this one. They haven't announced the plot, the villain, or even which characters from the wider MCU might show up. So we're keeping it real. Anything beyond the title and Tom Holland's return is still speculation, not confirmed story details. But even with the mystery, the hype online is enormous. A lot of fans are excited because the title Brand New Day references a comic storyline where Peter has to rebuild his life from the ground up. And honestly, that fits perfectly with where No Way Home left him, anonymous, broke, alone, and finally, a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man again. Forums and communities have been buzzing with comments like, "This might be the most grounded Spider-Man we've had in years. Holland in a low-tech suit with street-level villains? Yes, please." Feels like a soft reboot without losing the emotional weight of the trilogy. Some fans are even speculating appearances from Kingpin or Daredevil, but again, those are theories, not confirmations. What excites me personally is that this movie could be the reset Spider-Man needed. No more world-ending stakes. No more multiverse chaos. Just Peter Parker trying to survive New York, pay rent, and take down threats that feel raw and personal. And after the emotional ending of No Way Home, that grounded, lonely journey could hit harder than any giant CGI battle ever could. So yeah, July 2026 is shaping up to be a huge month for Marvel fans. If this movie embraces that street-level tone fans are begging for, Spider-Man 4, Brand New Day could end up being one of the most impactful Spider-Man stories we've seen on screen. Sliding into number 2 is The Batman Part 2, stalking its way into theaters on October 2nd, 2026, and you already know those Thursday night previews are going to be filled with fans wearing black eyeliner, ready to return to the most atmospheric Gotham we've seen in decades. Now, just like the first movie, Warner Brothers is keeping plot details locked up tight. So we're not claiming to know the villain, the twists, or the direction of the story. But honestly, the excitement around this sequel doesn't come from spoilers. It comes from trust. Because Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson delivered something different in 2022, a slow burn, detective-driven, rain-soaked noir that felt more like a psychological thriller than a typical superhero movie. And fans online haven't stopped talking about how much they want more of that vibe. On forums, people have been saying things like, "Reeves' Gotham is the closest we've ever come to comic book Batman. This sequel is my most anticipated movie of 2026, no question. Give me more detective work, more grit, more of that haunting tone." And that's what makes this sequel so exciting, not that it promises bigger explosions or a flashier villain, but that it deepens the world Reeves already built. A Gotham that feels alive, broken, corrupt, breathing. Fans are speculating about which villain could step in next, everything from Court of Owls to Mr. Freeze, but again, that's fan theory territory. What is certain is that Reeves wants each film to stand on its own as a grounded crime epic, not just another superhero chapter. What excites me personally is the potential escalation. The first movie cracked Gotham open. This sequel? It has room to explore the aftermath, the power vacuum, the psychological unraveling, not just for the city, but for Bruce Wayne himself. And dropping it right at the start of October? That's perfect. Cold air, long nights, a moody 3-hour detective thriller, it just fits. So yeah, October 2nd, 2026 is going to be a huge day for Batman fans. If Reeves continues building this grounded, obsessive, beautifully bleak world, The Batman Part 2 could end up defining the superhero genre in a way very few sequels ever do. And finally, taking the number 1 spot, the movie that has the internet buzzing louder than any superhero announcement in years, Avengers Doomsday. This massive MCU event is set to drop on December 18, 2026, right in that prime holiday season blockbuster window. And you already know those Thursday night previews are going to feel like an MCU holiday ritual at this point. Now here's the wild part, and the reason this movie absolutely owns the top spot. Robert Downey Jr. is returning, but not as Iron Man. He's stepping into the role of Dr. Doom, and when that news hit the internet, it practically melted entire comment sections, Reddit threads, and fan pages in real time. Of course, Marvel being Marvel, they haven't revealed the full plot, so we're staying honest here. We don't know the exact story, the exact stakes, or how Doom fits into the larger multiverse saga. But the energy online? Completely unhinged, in the best way. Here's what fans are saying across forums and social media. This could be the MCU's biggest comeback moment. RDJ as Doom is the boldest casting choice Marvel has made in years. If they get this right, Doomsday might be the next Endgame-level event. A lot of the speculation revolves around how Doom might step into the power vacuum left by Kang, but again, that's fan theory territory, not confirmed story. What is confirmed is that this movie marks the beginning of the MCU's next big narrative shift, and it's designed to reset the momentum of the franchise. What excites me personally is the potential tone shift. Dr. Doom isn't just another villain, he's one of Marvel's greatest characters. Complex, tragic, terrifying, regal. And seeing RDJ channel that energy, especially after defining Tony Stark for a decade, that's the kind of cinematic event you don't get often. Add to that the sheer scale of an Avengers film releasing right before Christmas, packed theaters, global hype, everyone comparing theories the moment credits roll, and yeah, December 18th is shaping up to be the biggest superhero moment of 2026. If Marvel nails this, we might be witnessing the spark that reignites the entire MCU. And that wraps up our countdown of the top 5 best upcoming superhero movies of 2026. Honestly, if even half of these movies deliver on the hype, next year is going to be absolutely insane. From Reeves' gritty Gotham to the cosmic journey of Supergirl. From Holland's reset Spidey era to the return of the Avengers with a brand new Doom. 2026 might end up being the superhero year of the decade. But now I want to hear from you. Which movie are you most excited for? Is it the dark tone of the Batman Part 2? The mystery around Spider-Man 4? Or the massive MCU event waiting for us at the end of the year? Drop your pick in the comments. I love seeing what everyone's watch list looks like. If you enjoyed this countdown, make sure to subscribe to 10 Watch List and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next breakdown. We've got plenty more movie lists, reviews, and upcoming release guides heading your way. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And as always, keep your watch list ready, because the best is still on the way.